Hello, welcome to 4 Minutes Closer to God. My name is Doug. Today I wanted to talk about the robe of glory. So what is that? It's not the blaze of glory that John Bon Jovi wrote for the movie Young Guns 2, but it is the garments of light that were worn by Adam and Eve, at least traditionally understood by the early church. And so they were walking around the garden in the presence of God, being filled with His Spirit as they were doing their job, so to speak, filling the earth and tending the garden. And when they ate of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, their robe of glory came off. Their incandescence winked out like a light switch being turned off. And so they were then feeling naked, and God clothed them with skins of an animal, which represents the sacrifice that was necessary to cover sins, because they had inadequately covered themselves with fig leaves. And so we get the idea of this first in Moses. That's Exodus 34. When Moses was with God for 40 days up on Mount Sinai, he returned down to the people and didn't realize that he was radiating light. And so he would scare the people because of this new appearance of his. And so he put on a veil to keep the dimming of that light away from the presence of God from showing. And so his radiating was similar to what would have happened with Adam and Eve walking in the garden with God up until the time of their sin. And then we have in the transfiguration of Jesus, Matthew 17 or Mark and Luke 9, that story of Jesus going up on the mountain and the rheostat, his dimmer switch, being turned up to show what he was truly like. And so he glowed more than is possible with the brightest of laundry detergents. And the people there with him, Peter, James, and John, were amazed. And then appeared with him also Moses and Elijah. And so in these instances, we have people who are in the presence of God in a sustained fashion, radiating light because of that. And so it's assumed from early Christian tradition, especially the Syriac tradition, that Adam and Eve had this robe of glory that they lost. And so one of the things that can come from this is the metaphor of salvation being the return or the regaining of that robe of glory. And so we'll put on the garments of light and taking off the filthy garments. And so the whole metaphor of the clothing is God's way of revisiting us with the glory that He gave Adam and Eve before the fall. And so we are able in our process to regain that radiant light and to restore the glory, as Danny Gokey says in his song Rise. So thank you for listening, and please like and subscribe.